Okay, today we will show you how we fumbled this trade. This trade on the Qs went 30% my way, and I ended up with minus 15.15. And this is the reason why I say we gotta start trading by ourselves. We don't want to get into FOMO. You already know this. I'll show you. 624 was the play, right? 624 was the play. 624.02 also had a previous day high, right? Now, price went from lower day to higher day. Donnie entered here at 624, right? I resisted. I didn't enter, right? This is 935. SPY's already making, as you can see, look at SPY, right? SPY has a lot of resistance, right? Opening print is at 629.19, but then the pre-market high is 629, 692.29. Previous day high is 692.33, and then we had a higher day. All of this in the vicinity, this 692.29 to 692.43, all of this in the same range. So what would you want to see as a correlation? At the very least, if I want to take that 624 break, I want to see SPY clear all of this, maybe bounce at that 629 opening print and clear all of this mess, this previous day high, pre-market high, bounce this here, and break and run towards this higher day. At the very least, that's what I want to see. Okay, well, I'll show you what happened. I'll roll the tape one more time. This is the next minute. So Donnie goes boom. Donnie enters here. He loses his trade. We know we can't enter lower to higher day, right? We also see SPY's already at this level, so there's a good chance the SPY will bounce right back down, right? Out of no reason, we enter here 92 as it's going back up. What are you doing? Like, this is complete FOMO because Donnie's in this trade. So we we lose. We got a minus 6% with Donnie, right? But now, do you notice what has happened? The higher day now coincides with the low of day, with the previous day high. So this 624.03, which Donnie told us was a level, now really becomes a validated, right? Because it's validated, right? I'll show you what happened 1 minute on SPY as well. Look, as expected, it cleared and then it bounced, right? We entered as SPY was trying to make a race towards high day. We saw Qs rushing past maybe a couple of digits, 2, 3. We tried to enter here and it fell right back down, even though we know lower day and high day are not valid. Anyways, now this 624.03 is a valid level, right? So we lost minus 6% here. We shouldn't even have entered, but we lost minus 6. No problems. Now I'm going to wait for the next candle to form, right? I want to see if I can break this candle. Maybe I can take 624 day high. Maybe it's a good idea, right? So what is the valid level for 624? Well, now the conditions that I need for 624 to take is either it bounces up here, it breaks. More important than that, SPY needs to again come out of this junk. It came back down here, come out of all of this junk, and then race towards this previous high day and then move past it, right? So I'm gonna play again, just 1 minute because I played on the Qs. Look what happens, right? So SPY's out here, 692, right? Maybe it can bounce the 692, bounce up, break all of this level, and start racing towards that higher day. If that's the case, maybe I can take this 624, right? Let's see what happens in the next candle, right? Look at the next candle. Boom, 638 candle. I'm at 79, right? I'm getting interested. Let me see what SPY is doing at 630, at 638 candle. Let's see what happens. Maybe it's going to bounce that 692. Let's see. Bounce this 692. Boom. Right. I'm going to stop it right there. It's right here. Okay. So now the stage is set. Okay. 77 is high. I want to break this level with gusto. If I can break this previous day high, break this, and SPY can maybe try to go red to green here, bounce this opening print red to green and break all this and race towards from 32 to 43 above all of this, maybe I can get in. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'm going to say 1 minute candle. Let's see. Well, I'll show you what happened, and boom. So exactly what I anticipated. SPY bounced. This opening being red, and pushed hard to green, broke this previously high, and racing towards that 692.43. What do you think is going to happen to Qs? Let's take a look. Qs 1 minute later, same time at the same time. Boom. Right. So as soon as I saw this, I entered. Okay. Incidentally, the video also broke 188 whole number. Okay. So I saw SPY breaking this, breaking. I saw SPY bouncing that 692 opening print 19, pushing past this pre-market high, previous day high, breaking all this nonsense resistance, going towards the higher day. with gusto, and Q's obviously breaking this previous day high and higher day validated level high. This is a classic setup. We always take this. So I took this. I entered it right here. What do you think what my correlation would be? Well, my stop loss would be, sorry, stop loss would at least be here, 87, right? Stop loss would be 87. And I know that Q's might there's a lot of support here. So Q's might the SPY might come back down. It might bounce one of these two levels to go up higher, right? What do you think I should do here if it comes? If this level comes to, if 624 starts to reject and I have this 623.87 as my stop loss, what do you think I should look for? Well, number one, 87 is my stop loss. If it starts to break really bad, I'll get out. Number two, if it if I see that SPY is rejecting previous day high, pre-market high, and starting to go really low, I'll get out as well, right? You know what happened? This, right? Boom. And watch, this is what, 88, 84, 83, I got out. You want to see what happened in SPY? Take a look. See what happened in SPY? Boom. I got out. I saw SPY coming down, little slowly, and then bouncing. Q's coming back down, just as I anticipated my 87 area bouncing. I got out. Why? Because I already lost at this low of day to higher day in here, and Donnie didn't get in. Who cares if Donnie didn't get in, right? So I'm listening to Donnie. I'm listening to Jeff, and I'm not following my own rules, and that's why I'm losing this. And that's why this was negative what, negative almost 7-8%. I was still in the game, starting to bounce. Didn't get afraid. This was like negative 8. I think this was like -6, -7. Well within my target. Now that you see this level at SPY bounced, now that you see Q's bounced at that stop loss area, what do you think the next candle is going to do? Well, if the next candle again, my stop loss is at 86. If it continues to bounce at 624 and come back down, I'll get out. But what do you think is going to happen when SPY has just bounced from all of this nonsense? What do you think is going to happen to SPY? Well, let's see what happens. I'll show you. This is what happens to SPY. Okay, so if this is what happens, so because it's predictable, it's very predictable. It went up, it bounced this red to green, cleared all this, bounced right on the support, very classic setup, and the next thing was going to bounce. We entered here based on validation of this level, based on SPY breaking this red to green, breaking all this nonsense, and then we expected it to come down to this 87 level, but we got out because we got FOMO'd. What do you think is going to happen to Qs now had we not got out? Well, let's take a look. This is what will happen, right? Boom. And it's sickening to see this because this trade went all the way to 80. This was a plus 30% return. I got out of here -7, and then that stupid ass trade, lower day to higher day, and should never have entered that trade, got out at -8. So a total of -15. Whereas if I would have just listened to myself and I would have taken this trade, this would have given me a 30% trade. So the moral of the story is just trade your own trade. You know your levels. Everything is setting up nice. Trade your own levels. You should have not lost this trade, right? You know your setup. Trade your own levels, and don't fall into FOMO. Don't follow Jeff. Don't follow Donnie. You have your levels. Once you have your levels, it's out with the markets. This is a trade has been taken 20,000 times, and just a basic simple setup. You FOMO'd out. And by the way, Donnie was in this trade. Donnie got in back at a high somewhere here, made like 20%. I was already in here high. I could have made like 30%. Instead of that, I made a -14%. Very poor play. Didn't follow any rules whatsoever. Didn't follow the lower day to high day rule. Got out right here due to FOMO because you lost this first one. No need. No need to do that. Just stick to your own game plan. Just watch the levels from other people. Just trade on your own. It'll lead to profitability.